Barcelona. November 20th. 2020. 30,000 fans. Empty stadium. Diego Maradona has just died. And grown men are standing outside Camp Nou, holding candles. Wearing his jersey. The number 10. Crying. Buenos Aires. The same night. Millions in the streets. Not just in Argentina. Naples. Mexico City. Calcutta. All over the world. People who never met him. Never shook his hand. But they all own the same thing. His jersey. Number 10. Why? Why does a piece of fabric with a number on it carry this weight? Why can a shirt make you feel closer to someone you never knew? Why does a jersey outlive the player who wore it? This is that story. The story of one number. The number 10. And why it became more than just a position on the field. It became a legacy. A burden. A throne that every generation fights to claim. But it did not start that way. Before it was legendary. Before Pelé. Before Maradona. Before Messi. The number 10 was just a number. And this is how everything changed. 1928. England. The Football Association creates numbered jerseys. 1 through 11. Not names. Just numbers. Goalkeeper is 1. Strikers are 9 and 11. And the playmaker, the creative force in midfield, wears number 10. It was tactical. Not symbolic. The 10 played behind the forwards. Distributed the ball. Connected defense to attack. It was a position. Nothing more. No one cried over it. No one framed it on their wall. But in Brazil, something different was brewing. In the port city of Santos, a young boy was learning to play. His name was Edson Arantes do Nascimento. The world would call him Pelé. And he would be given number 10. At Santos, Pelé wore 10 for 18 years. 3 World Cups. 1,281 goals. And suddenly, the number 10 was not just tactical. It was not just a position. It was him. The number 10 stopped being about where you played. It became about who you were. The magician. The artist. The one who made the impossible look simple. And after Pelé, every number 10 would carry that weight. 1958. Stockholm. Sweden. World Cup Final. Brazil has never won. A 17-year-old kid steps onto the field. Yellow jersey. Number 10 on his back. And the world is about to change forever. He scores. A hat trick. Brazil wins 5-2. And for the first time in history, the number 10 is not just effective. It is beautiful. It is magical. It is art. 1962. Chile. He does it again. 1970. Mexico. A 3rd World Cup. No one had ever done that. No one has done it since. 3 World Cups. All wearing number 10. The number became immortal. And when Pelé finally took off the Brazil number 10 for the last time in 1971, he did not just retire. He left a throne empty. And the entire football world asked the same question. Who could possibly wear it next? The jersey hung in the Brazil locker room. Empty. Waiting. And every player who looked at it knew. This was not just a jersey anymore. This was history. This was pressure. This was the number 10. His name was Arthur Antunes Coimbra. But Brazil called him Zico. And in 1976, 5 years after Pelé retired, Zico put on the number 10. The most impossible job in football. Following a god. They called him the White Pelé. Not because he played like Pelé. Because he wore the same number. That was the burden. You were not judged by your own skill. You were judged by the ghost on your back. But Zico was brilliant. 526 goals for Flamengo. 8 Brazilian championships. World Player of the Year. He never won a World Cup. But he proved something else. The number 10 could survive. Even after Pelé. The legacy did not die. And while Zico carried the number 10 in Brazil, on the other side of South America, another boy was growing up. In the streets of Buenos Aires. And he would wear number 10 for Argentina. His name was Diego. And in that moment, the number 10 became something new. It was no longer just Brazil's legacy. It was global. It crossed borders. It belonged to whoever was brave enough to wear it. And Diego Maradona was very brave. Mexico City. June 22, 1986. World Cup quarterfinal. Argentina vs England. 4 years after the Falklands War. This was not just football. This was revenge. And Diego Maradona wore number 10. 51st minute. Maradona jumps. His hand touches the ball. The referee does not see it. Goal. Hand of God. The most controversial goal in history. And he did it wearing number 10. The number that could get away with anything. 4 minutes later. Same game. Maradona gets the ball at midfield. And he runs. Past one defender. Past two. Past 5. Past the entire England team. And scores. The greatest goal ever scored. Same player. Same jersey. Same number. But this time, pure magic. Argentina won the World Cup. Maradona lifted the trophy wearing number 10. And suddenly, the number belonged to rebels. To artists. To players who did not just win. They made you believe in something bigger. They made you believe in magic. The number 10 was no longer just for Brazilians. It was for anyone who dared to dream. For anyone who refused to play by the rules. For anyone who believed a jersey could carry destiny. And Europe was watching. Marseille. 1972. A boy is born to Algerian immigrant parents. His name is Zinedine Zidane. And he will show Europe that the number 10 is not just for South Americans. It belongs to anyone with vision. With elegance. With grace. 1998. Paris. World Cup final. France had never won. Zidane wore number 10. Brazil wore number 10. Ronaldo vs Zidane. Pelé's legacy vs Maradona's artistry. And Zidane scored twice. 2 headers. France won 3-0. Europe had its number 10. Real Madrid paid a world record fee. Number 10. Juventus. Number 10. Every team he touched, he elevated. The number 10 was no longer about speed or tricks. With Zidane, it was about control. About making time slow down. About making the game look like ballet. 2006. Berlin. World Cup final. His last game. Italy vs France. Extra time. 110th minute. Zidane headbutts Marco Materazzi. Red card. His career ends in disgrace. And yet, somehow, the number 10 became even more human. Even more real. Because the number 10 was never about being perfect. It was about being unforgettable. And no one who saw Zidane play will ever forget. The ballet. The control. The elegance. And yes. The headbutt. That was the number 10. All of it. Barcelona. 2003. The club is struggling. They have not won La Liga in years. And they sign a Brazilian with a smile wider than the Camp Nou pitch. Ronaldinho. Number 10. And he brings something football had forgotten. Joy. He did not just beat defenders. He embarrassed them. And then smiled. Elasticos. No-look passes. Toe pokes. Every game felt like a street game. The number 10 was not serious anymore. It was fun. And it was unstoppable. November 19, 2005. Barcelona at Real Madrid. The Bernabeu. Ronaldinho scores twice. Destroys them. And then the impossible happens. The Madrid fans stand. And they applaud him. An opposing player. The enemy's number 10. They could not help it. He was that good. That joyful. 2 La Liga titles. A Champions League. Ballon d'Or. And more importantly, he reminded the world why we love football. Not for the trophies. For the moments. For the smile. The number 10 was joyful again. But in Barcelona's youth academy, a small kid was watching. He idolized Ronaldinho. Wore his jersey. Dreamed of wearing number 10. His name was Lionel Messi. And he would wear it longer than anyone. He would carry it heavier than anyone. And he would redefine what number 10 could mean. 2008. Barcelona gives the number 10 to Messi. Ronaldinho is gone. The throne is his. But it is not just Barcelona's number 10. It is Maradona's number. It is the number that won World Cups. And Messi had never won one. That became the only question. Can he be the number 10 for Argentina? 4 World Cup finals. He reached them. 2014. Lost. 2018. Knocked out. For Copa America finals. Lost, 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 lost. The greatest player of his generation. Maybe ever. But without the trophy, the number 10 felt incomplete. And then, 2022. Qatar. One last chance. Argentina versus France. World Cup final. Messi scores twice. It goes to penalties. And Argentina wins. At 35 years old. After 15 years of carrying that number 10. He finally did it. 793 goals for Barcelona. 4 Champions Leagues. 8 Ballon d'Ors. And finally, a World Cup. The number 10 had never been worn longer. Never been worn better. Never been worn with more pressure. And Messi carried it all. But Messi is not the end of the story. The number 10 will outlive him too. It always does. At Barcelona, a new player wears it now. At Argentina, another generation is coming. Because that is what the number 10 does. It waits. It survives. It continues. When Messi left Barcelona in 2021, they gave the number 10 to a player who had worn it before. Neymar? No. Ansu Fati. 18 years old. Some said too young. Too much pressure. But that has always been the number 10. Pressure. Legacy. The impossible burden. At Brazil, Neymar wore 10 for a decade. Tried to win the World Cup that Pelé won 3 times. And could not do it. The number 10 for Brazil remains the heaviest jersey in football. Because Pelé wore it first. And no one has matched him since. At Real Madrid, Modric wears 10. At Manchester City, Jack Grealish. At Bayern, Leroy Sane. The number 10 is everywhere. But it is different now. It is not always the best player. Not always the playmaker. Sometimes it is just a number again. And maybe that is okay. Because what made the number 10 legendary was never the number itself. It was the players. Pelé. Maradona. Zidane. Ronaldinho. Messi. They made the number mean something. They made it art. They made it matter. The number did not create the legend. The legend created the number. And somewhere right now, a kid is watching. Wearing their hero's jersey. Number 10 on their back. Dreaming that one day, they will make it legendary too. Because that is how the cycle continues. The players change. But the dream never does. 1928 to 2026. Almost 100 years. Dozens of World Cups. Hundreds of championships. Thousands of players. And through it all, one constant. The number 10. The jersey. It never retires. It never dies. It just waits for the next one. Pelé is gone. Maradona is gone. One day Messi will be gone. One day every player wearing number 10 right now will be gone. But the jersey? The jersey will still be hanging in the locker room. Waiting. Because that is what jerseys do. They outlive us all. You can own a jersey. You can frame it. You can wear it. But you never truly possess it. It possesses you. It connects you to every fan who wore it before. Every player who earned it. Every moment that made it legendary. That is the power of a jersey. It is not fabric. It is memory. This is why we collect them. Why we preserve them. Why we tell their stories. Because when you hold a jersey, you are not just holding fabric. You are holding history. You are holding art. You are holding proof that magic existed. And that it can exist again. Every era. Every continent. Every generation. The number changes hands. But the jersey? The jersey stays. It was here before any of them. It will be here long after. Players come and go. With all the respect in the world. But the jersey always stays. The jersey vault.